Okay, we're on to page 2 of the notes where we're going to do stretching, shrinking, and reflecting of the absolute value function. Those are going to happen when the absolute value is in the form g of x equals a times the absolute value of x. We're going to do a little exploring. We're going to start by graphing two functions. Q of x equals 2 times the absolute value of x. We're going to compare that to the absolute value of x, the parent function. And then we're going to graph the second one. Okay, so let's do this first one. Make a table of values for Q. We're going to do 2 times the absolute value of x. So I'm going to start with x equals -2. We've got 2 times the absolute value of -2, which is 4. I want you to pause the video, fill in the rest of the table, then come back and check your numbers with mine. We're going to plot those ordered pairs in our table. We've got -2, 4. We've got -1, 2. We've got 0, 0. We've got 1, 2. And we've got 2, 4. We've finished the V. Notice the slope of the sides here are -2 on the left side and +2 on the right side. We made it twice as steep. The function q of x is of the form a times f of x, where a is 2. That 2 times f of x. So the graph of q is a vertical stretch of 2. We've taken all the old y values and multiplied them by 2. Domain is still the set of all real numbers. The range is still y is greater than or equal to 0. That's the first one. Okay, now we're going to do the function p of x. P of x is -1/2 times the absolute value of x. First thing I'm going to do is write that down. P of x is -1/2 times the absolute value of x. All right, I'm going to fill in the table for x equals -2. So we do -1/2 times the absolute value of -2. We got to do the absolute value first. Can't just do negative times negative. Absolute value of -2 is 2, and -1/2 times 2 is -1. Okay, when x is -1, we're going to do -1/2 times the absolute value of -1. That gets us -1/2 times 1, which is -1/2. Pause the video, fill in the rest of the table. How'd you do with those fractions? Your table should look like mine. Or if you have a -0.5 in place of the -1/2, they're the same. So we plot those points. We get -2, -1. We've got -1, -1/2. We've got 0, 0. We've got 1, -1/2. We've got 2, not +1, -1. And then we've got, if you look at a 4, I want to fill in a little more information. -1/2 times 4 is -2. We've got 4, -2. We've also got -4, -2. There's our V shape. It's a little wider this time because we have done a vertical shrink. It's half as steep. But we've also flipped it upside down. That's the negative. The function p is of the form y equals a times f of x, where a is -1/2. So the graph of p is a vertical shrink by a factor of 1/2. And there's a reflection in the x-axis. That's because of the negative. The domain is still all real numbers, but the range is now everything less than or equal to 0. So y is less than or equal to 0. And that's our second page.